Hello and welcome to LEA Year 1, Semester 2 English Lecture class. The purpose of today's video is to first explain our theme for second semester, how the class will function, and how you will be evaluated. So to begin with, the theme for this semester is green and ethical companies. We will be looking at different companies or different products that have some kind of problem, and we will be trying to find a solution. And that's in general what your presentation will be and what all of the activities will look like during the semester. The purpose of all the activities are to encourage you first to speak in English, have dialogue and conversation with your classmates, but also to make you think about the theme of the problems that exist right now in our society and the business world and what kind of solutions can we find. Each week with members of your class, you will have work that is on Madoc, and I expect you to meet through Zoom or Skype or whatever video chat that you prefer and practice speaking in English on the proposed theme of that week. And then when we get into class, whether that's at the university or online, I will expect you to be prepared and present the activity. The purpose of all of this is just to give you practice time before the real presentation. So again, these activities aren't graded in the terms of your English level, but they are graded in the terms of participation, which is 20% of your grade. Now, onto the presentation part. So just like in semester 1, your presentation must have dialogue and interaction. You must speak for 7.5 minutes per person. So if you're a group of 2, that's going to be around 16 minutes. If you're a group of 3, that's going to be around 24 minutes. This semester, in general, and doesn't have to be 100% in this format, but in general, I expect 2 portions of your presentation. The first portion is going to focus on the problem and your argument, and the second portion is going to focus on your solution. Now again, everything I'm about to tell you, you're not limited to this, but I'm trying to give you some direction and some guidelines to help you think about the presentation, because second semester is going to be harder than the first semester and we expect more from you at this level. So first, in the first portion of your presentation, I expect a clear and defined argument. Whether you choose an ethical problem within a company or you choose to focus on a product or a brand that is polluting the earth, that's fine, but you need it to be clear and defined. What is the problem? Why is it a problem? What are the consequences of this problem? Why do I care to listen to you about it? I also expect you to ask certain questions such as, is this the norm, right? So if you're focusing on an ethical problem, is this an ethical problem that is found across different industries? If it's an environmental problem, is this a problem that's found in multiple companies? If this is the case, then why, right? How did we get to this point, right? Has it always been this way? And if at one point it wasn't, why did we change? Okay, so in the first portion of your presentation, you're really giving the context for your audience. You're making an argument on why we should focus on this problem. You're giving us the history of the problem and why we should pay attention. The second portion of your presentation, first I expect clear and defined solutions. So this solution could be a redesign, right, of a product, maybe using different materials. It could be a redesign of the company. It could be new innovations or new discoveries, new inventions that have recently come to the market and you believe that this could be a solution for this problem. Or maybe it's a change of the business model. The solution can be numerous. You can have more than one solution, but I expect it to be clear and defined so your audience understands what you believe is the best answer. And then, as in all things, you need to ask yourself certain questions. Is this such a new idea that nobody else is doing it? Or is this something that has already started maybe in another brand, such as a competing brand, or in a different industry? Also, another thing all businesses have to think about is, can they afford to do it? So is your solution cost effective? Because if it's not cost effective, a business isn't going to do it. So you have to think about all the different aspects of the problems and the solutions, and you need to present that to your group. You can also use other examples of other companies or brands or products that used to be a problem and how they've changed or evolved over time, as further evidence on why the problem that you have already identified could be like this solution. Okay, I don't want to confuse you, but I want to give you the framework of how you should be thinking about your presentation. And again, we'll have plenty of activities before the start of group presentations for you to be thinking about this and practicing and working on your vocabulary. Besides that, the only other advice I have for our class is to participate as much as possible. If I have to choose a group to present during our weekly activities before group presentations, that does not count as participation. Showing up to class, while is a very passive form of participation and is always a good thing, and you do get some participation points just for attending class, it's not weighted the same as you actually volunteering information. And my feedback from semester 1 is if some students had just participated more, they would have had a much better grade. So throughout this semester, I want you to know that I hope that you have the courage and that the class is interesting enough for you to want to practice your English and really push yourself to get to that next level and hopefully be super successful in your second year of LEA. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me or contact me on Zoom. And I will either see you virtually in the second semester or hopefully in person.